Hey everybody, welcome to this new Genshin Impact video. Today we're gonna talk about one of the topics that's still not fully understood by most of Genshin community, which the SWIRL reaction. This reaction get even more popular after 1.6 update, where elemental mastery scale for transformative reaction boosted, and here in the batch 2.0, this reaction got attention from many players when they building their teams. So, in this video, we'll explain everything about SWIRL reaction and answer some common questions about it. With all that being said, let's just get into the video. First, let's clarify what's the SWIRL. It's basically reaction that absorb aura element on the target, which the element over the boss HP bar, and spread that element in specific AoE, dealing damage from the same element type. Simply, if the enemy have fire debuff and you hit him with an emo attack, the green number that you can see is the character damage, which based on the attack, crit, skill level, and all that stuff. And the swirl damage is that red number you see in the screen, which depend only on character level, the elemental mastery, and the target elemental resistance. One of the things that make anemo characters so valuable in the group is the set, the Viridescent Veneer set, which increase the swirl damage by 60% and decrease opponent resistance to the absorbed element. One of the most common questions that you may ask right now, the swirl damage can be different if the target affected by different element? The answer is mostly no. The damage from swirl enemy affected by pyro debuff is the same as swirl if he have hydro debuff, unless this monster have extra resistance to one of those elements. For elemental resistance, more than 90% of enemies or monster in Genshin Impact have only 10% elemental resistance. But there is some monster have resistance to specific elements. Just for example, the Pyro and Cryo are just fine, the Futui Assassin, the Sesame Mage, and more. So swirl damage can be different in this situation. Other than that, swirl enemy with any element will give same amount of damage. The other question that you may asking now, is it better to focus on swirl damage on anemo character or have DPS build with crit rate, damage, attack, and the usual DPS build? Before we answer this question, I need to explain things about swirl. We said at the start of the video that swirl absorbed element on the target and spread it in AoE around the target. That means if there's two targets and you hit them with an emo attack, both of them will get swirl damage. This damage will spread to the monster, the second monster, which means both of them will get two hit from swirl. One from the monster itself and the other one from the monster that beside this monster. And this can be applied if the monster was a 10. If you could swirl them all at once, each mob will get 10 swirls. That make it 100 swirls in one attack. Among all of monsters. So the answer for that depends on the number of enemies. Usually if more than 2 enemies, swirl damage will be better than classic DPS build. For most anemo characters, except Chao, since he's always gonna be a mid DPS, there are support, including VENTI, Sucrose, Kazuha, and usually characters like VENTI will bring it when we have multi-enemies, which mean 100% swirl damage is better for him. So for this, I made comparison, since I don't have a 5-star bow. On both of my accounts, I use a friend account that have Skyward Harp and compare his VENTI with DPS build versus my NOOB VENTI with Elemental Mastery build and Stringless bow. So let's see the result. Another thing I have to say, labeling character is important for the swirl damage. You need to level your character to level 90, since all the transformative reaction based damage depend on the character level. That means maxing your character level will max your swirl based damage. I know you heard a lot of people saying leveling character over level 80 is not beneficial and it's not worth it, but trust me, in this case it's really important. One more thing to make your swirl damage even stronger: if you AoE enemies with different element debuffs. For example, if you attack two monsters, one of them affected by Pyro and other one affected by Hydro, the swirl in this case will trigger Vaporize reaction, which will boost the swirl damage. Same with any other reaction, you can make Pyro swirl, for example, and hit it with Cryo character to apply Melt, or Electro to apply Overload. Last thing I want to mention in this video: same as all other elemental reactions, the swirl reaction have internal cooldown, which means if you attack some target with Anemo attack 2 times in a row, the second attack won't trigger swirl reaction until this CD is over. This CD is approximately, I'm not sure, but it's almost around 2 seconds. But this CD only for the swirl from same elemental source. For example, if I swirl with normal attack with Sucrose, then use her E instantly after swirl with her auto attack, the elemental skill will also trigger a swirl reaction, since the first swirl CD was for the normal attack, not for the elemental skill. With this, I think I covered everything about swirl. Thanks for everyone's support to make this video, and thank you guys for watching this video. And by the way, today is my birthday. I really will be happy if you make channel past 100 subscribe, like and share the video. That's the best support to the channel. If there is something you want me to cover in the future videos, put it on the comments or join me in the Discord. See you in the next video, guys. Peace.